Wotcher Nooklings. Today sees the finale of Villain Month. We venture forward with the creation of a brand new villain, this time for my planned comic book. Journey with me as we create something new and something a little scary, perhaps. Okie dokie, so got a list of animals I want to try out for this villain. Yeah, just gonna see how it goes, see which ones I feel like are gonna fit, and go from there. So if you haven't heard me talk about my comic book that I've got planned, it's going to be set on Backdoor, the fantasy world where Charlie comes from. If you've not seen his video, I'll link that up in the corner. So it's a world full of anthropomorphic animals. You know, I've been quite inspired by Beatrix Potter, you know, some of the old Disney classics like Robin Hood and other things of that nature. I don't include Redwall in that because I actually started writing this series long before I'd even heard of Redwall. But yeah, it's just something I really enjoy, and this particular comic book is just something I wanted to attempt. I don't know how well it's gonna work, if I can do it or anything, but for the villain I really wanted something sort of cutesy, animal wise, but actually make it obviously a villain, so not going for your usual like a tiger or, you know, a lion, a rhino, anything like that. And I had these 4 animals that I was considering, starting with the capybara, followed by the red panda, sea otter, and this final one is a quoll. Now originally I did think, let's just stick with the capybara, you know, people know what those are. It's one of the animals that's sort of suddenly gone almost viral in a way, just like that and the axolotl. But I just, yeah, I didn't think it would fit as well as I would have liked it to. I mean, it may become one of the other characters in the story, but for now it's not going to be in it at all. Again, red panda, I don't know what happened with that sketch. I've drawn red pandas before and it didn't look that terrible, but hey ho. I did just want to do a couple of sketches, one of each of the animals, and then carry on doing others of the one that I chose, which was the quoll in the end. I just think it's nice to choose animals that aren't as well known. Even though my drawings aren't the best and you're not necessarily going to know what it is just from my drawings, it's just, yeah, I really like doing sort of the more obscure animals, which I think I may have mentioned in the hybrid video. I can't remember. But yeah, so the quoll, for those who don't know, is an Australian marsupial. It's carnivore, and there are 6 subspecies, and I was sort of, when I was researching them, I just suddenly thought, oh, I haven't actually looked up the different subspecies, and there's not a huge amount of difference in them, just mostly sort of where they're located and sort of their size and things. From what I could tell, I mostly read Wikipedia, but there were some other things I read as well. Yeah, I don't know if there are any other differences, but I decided to go with the eastern quoll. That was the one I found that seemed to come in a darker pelt colour. There is also a lighter version. I'll flick up a couple of images so you guys can see what I'm going on about. But when I'm drawing an anthropomorphic character, what I like to do is find a human reference for the pose I want, and then sort of add in the animal features as I go. Now this one, she was actually fairly simple to do once I got it figured out, sort of the animal and what I wanted her to be wearing. I wasn't going to put anything on her, but then I was like, well, you know, the captain, the main character, of the story he's partly dressed, you know, and some of the others have some items of clothing. There will be a video introducing the main characters scheduled for next month. I've already got it mostly done. Yeah, there was a bit of a hiccup with that one, which we'll get to when we get to that video. And yeah, once I got her lined and all sorted, I just wanted to add in a few of the spots that quolls have. Now, from the photos I've seen, most of the spots are actually on the back of the quoll, but you know, I did want to show a few on the front of her so that you know, we got a bit of a better idea of what she looks like. Yeah, and then the rest of it was just figuring out colours and stuff, which I'm quite happy with how they turned out. And yeah, though I was sure this Winsor Newton is called Warm Grey 7, I'm fairly sure it was darker than this. It's either that or I'm just misremembering, and yeah. Or because I have noticed actually that some pens do look different on different papers, so it might be that just on this particular, or in this particular sketchbook I should say, it just looks lighter than it actually is. But yeah, that's enough waffling from me. I'll just let you enjoy the rest of this musical time lapse. am super happy with how she's turned out. Whether or not I keep the name Alara, I'm not sure yet. Just see how it feels sort of as I get into the story. Sometimes I do change my character names, but yeah, really happy with the sort of cutesy look, which, as I mentioned, that's kind of what I wanted for this villain, sort of a cuter animal to, you know, actually be evil. I just thought that would be quite fun. Yeah, so there will be videos coming up with introducing other characters from the comic book, hopefully in the next few weeks. Just all depends. But thank you so much for watching, gang. Really, really appreciate it. Remember to stay uniquely you, and I'll catch you Nooklings next time.